Alexei Navalny, President Vladimir Putin's main political rival in Russia, died on Friday after losing consciousness after taking a walk at the polar wolf site. He was serving a 30-year sentence in an Arctic penal colony, authorities said. Navalny's death, a 47-year-old former lawyer, unseats him as Russia's most powerful leader as President Vladimir Putin prepares for an election that will keep the former KGB spy in power until at least 2030. US President Joe Biden was furious and joined other Western leaders in criticizing Russia over Navalny's death, blaming it on what President Putin and his thugs did. Navalny rose to fame more than a decade ago by documenting and publicly speaking about the vast corruption and extravagance of crooks and thieves. Putin's rule of Russia. There is no other opposition leader in Russia like Navalny. For some urban Russians, Mr. Navalny offered hope for an alternative future to Mr. Putin, who has served as Russia's supreme leader longer than anyone since Joseph Stalin. "There is little hope," said Kira Yarmish, Mr. Navalny's spokeswoman, "that he was alive." Navalny's wife, Yulia, told the Munich Security Conference that she was unsure whether her husband had died because President Putin and his government. The Kremlin has said that Putin was informed about Navalny's death. He said he couldn't have it. She said she was responsible for the murder and that Putin must be held accountable. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the reaction to the Western leader's death was unacceptable and completely fanatical. "We don't know exactly what happened, but there is no doubt that Mr. Navalny's death was the result of the actions of Mr. Putin and his thugs." Biden said this from the White House. "Don't get me wrong, Putin is responsible for Navalny's death." Navalny voluntarily returned to Russia in 2021 from Germany, where he was being treated for attempted nerve agent poisoning, according to Western test results, drawing praise from Russia's opposition parties. Mr. Navalny predicted that President Vladimir Putin had created a weak system of personal rule based on corruption, which could lead to political instability in Russia.